This is the high school basketball playoffs on regional radio.
Blanton across timeline, behind the back, 5 seconds, and he lost it. Cooper T-Tech the steal, gets it to Carter. Carter the layup, can't get it to go. But right there is Cockbright, and Cockbright puts it back at the buzzer. What a first half for Kyle Cockbright as the North County Raiders head into halftime, riding high with an 11-point lead.
It's the most exciting time of the year to be a basketball fan.
Holding the ball between the circles, throws into the high post for Horton. She'll penetrate, pull it back out. Step back jumper is true. Oh my goodness. That was smooth from Sophia Horton for her 20th point of the ball game.
And whether it's on AM 800 KREI, AM 1400 KJFF, J98 The Boot, the MyMo Info Sports Stream, or MyMoInfo.com.
Now with the free throw line, Prater to the left wing, Lunyu, a covered up three, and he pops it right over Jarvis. Luke Lunyu with his third three of the game and 15 big ones for the 6'2 senior.
Nobody covers the high school hoops postseason in Southeast Missouri like regional radio.
Still holding with 10 seconds. Bollinger drives. Bollinger to the rim. Laid it in. 5 seconds left. The Lancers hold on in an incredible district championship game.
You're listening to the Fleegs Equipment pregame show, brought to you in part by Fleegs Equipment in St. Genevieve and Leadington. For all your lawn, farm, and garden equipment needs, let their family serve your family on Highway 32 in St. Genevieve and on the Outer Service Road at the Leadington exit, and online 24/7 at Fleegs.com.
Welcome in once again to South Iron High School here for the Class 1 sectionals, this time on the girls' side, but we got the same two teams. South Iron, the host, taking on Chadwick, and Chadwick, another very good basketball team on the girls' side, coming in 20-5 on the season. Their head coach, Scott Payne, and they are district champs of district number 2. And then in district number 3, the girls, obviously, of South Iron, 19-4 on the season. A team that went to the Final Four last year and fell in the semifinals to a very, very good Platte County team, 43-34. They're going to try to get back to the semifinals yet again this year, but it all starts with this Chadwick team. Chadwick actually fell to Norwood, who South Iron played in their sectional round last year. Now, if you remember, that game went down to the wire. South Iron was able to win in regulation, but it took a steal from Madison Ayers in the final closing moments of that game to win. Then obviously South Iron, they had to get the job done against Naylor in the quarterfinals in overtime. And again, Madison Ayers and her sister helped out a little bit with that one in the quarterfinals before they moved on to the semifinals. Well, Chadwick, they're going to try to create some problems for this South Iron squad. Both of these teams very, very young. There's only one senior for Chadwick, and then the rest of them are sophomores and freshmen. Very similar to South Iron. They don't have any seniors. They've got a junior in Megan Lashley. Outside of that, all sophomores and freshmen. So these two teams very similar, and when you look at the numbers, similar as well. These two teams, 61 points a game for South Iron. They score, then they hold opponents to 40 points a game. Conversely, for Chadwick, 56 points a game. Chadwick scores and hold opponents to 37 points a game. So on paper, these two teams very similar, and you can break down the stats a little bit. We'll do that a little bit more. And it seems like South Iron may just have a little bit of the upper hand, but obviously there's a lot of basketball to be played, and that's why you play it, and it should be a fun one here tonight. My name's Jacob Vincent, Connor Mooney back in the J98 studios for this one. We're going to take a short break. When we come back on our Fleets Equipment pregame show, we'll have interviews from both head coaches, starting off with the Chadwick Cardinals head coach, Scott Payne. That's coming up next on the Fleets Equipment pregame show.
Hi, my name is Jake Hitchforth. I'm the owner and operator of Two Dribble Basketball. When you train with me, I'm not going to take it easy on you and tell you you're the best player on earth, because guess what? You're not. I'm going to work you as hard as you can possibly go at game speed to get game results. So if you're ready to be the best player that you can possibly be, give me a call at 573-315-8071 or shoot me a message at Jacob Hedgeforth, Two Dribble Basketball.
Welcome back here on the Fleets Equipment pregame show, joined now by head coach Scott Payne of the Chadwick Cardinals. Coach, 20-5 on the season, and you get to the sectional round this year. Fell to a really good Norwood team last year in the district championship, which ended up playing the South Iron squad. Now you guys get your shot at South Iron. When you're getting ready for the Panthers over the last couple of days, what's a couple of things that you've noticed that kind of stand out to you and might make things a little bit difficult tonight?
Yeah, obviously we were disappointed last year with the result of our district championship game. We'd beat Norwood previously in the year, knew South Iron would be waiting. So yeah, some disappointment from last year that carried over to this year and motivated us to get to this point. We know South Iron obviously made a Final Four last year and has that experience. So we're excited to be here. We know they're a tough team that guards really well. So we're gonna focus on our defense mostly tonight and just trying to slow them down as much as possible, and then maybe our pressure will get us some steals and some easy ones on the offensive end. So that's the hopes.
No, both of you. I was talking with Coach Guerin yesterday. Obviously, the boys team, they played South Iron last night, and you guys saying that you stayed in Farmington to try to make the drive a little bit easier, getting ready for the game today. Well, what's that experience been like? He was saying it was pretty fun, just kind of traveling with the guys. And has that kind of been the same experience for you guys, just getting ready for a sectional game? You kind of get to go on the road a little bit and stay in a hotel before the game.
Yeah, it was fun traveling with these girls. Obviously, they're real excited, and the bus was overly loud, more so than I like, but. Yeah, I got to stay the night over there and just coming over here traveling. And, we know it's a big game, so excitement's there. And, hopefully we show up and we're ready to play.
No, you guys have a really young team. Obviously, you got one senior, but then outside of that, it's a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen. What's the progression been like for them this season? You guys have only lost 5 games, so they've won a lot of games, and it seems like they're kind of building that experience as the season has gone on. What's that progression been like, and have there been any learning curves that hopefully you don't see any of those tonight?
Yeah, for sure. We've we got one senior, and then we're all sophomore and freshmen. So definitely been some learning curves and some games that we've, squeaked by that I felt we should have handled better. But, obviously we're to this point. 3 of our 5 losses were to really quality state-ranked teams in Missouri. 2 were 1-point losses on those other 2 that we, wished we could obviously redo. But, this group of girls has played together their whole lives. So I think, that experience with them playing together, obviously helps us out when they come on the court, and they all know each other really well and played good together as a team.
Now, lastly, Coach, what's a couple of keys? I know you mentioned that you're going to try to get some pressure into South Iron, maybe turn those into some easy points. Outside of that, what's a couple of keys for you guys to win tonight?
Obviously we focused on at times this year we've had trouble scoring the ball and with some of our outside shooting, so we're gonna have to hit some shots. We're going to have to keep number 1 in front of us and play really good defense on her. I know she was all-state last year as a freshman, so that'll be a big key is if we can slow her down and then, like I said, turn some of our defense into some easy shots on the offensive end.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Head Coach Scott Payne with the Chadwick Cardinals. We're back in a moment here on the Fleets Equipment pregame show.
Are you buying a home or getting a home loan? Did you know that you have a choice on which title company completes your title work? Ask for American Heritage Abstract in Deloge to meet your title insurance or escrow needs. As a small title company, they cover a lot of ground and are ready to help you. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 4:30. Give them a call at 573-431-1359 or visit their office at 104 North Lincoln Street in Deloge. That's American Heritage Abstract in Deloge.
Welcome back here on the Fleets Equipment pregame show, joined now by head coach Lawrence Graves with the South Iron Panthers. Coach, back in the sectional round again, and for the 5th straight year, you guys won 5 straight district titles, and got to think a little bit different this year. It's a home game for you guys rather than driving 2.5 hours to Mountain Grove like last year. That was a pretty fun game, but I got to think you get a home game tonight, and does that make it a little bit easier for you guys preparing for this game tonight?
Well, we're just really excited to be in this game despite where it's at, and I guess just having it here at South Iron in front of our home crowd is icing on the cake. And so, we're really fortunate to have had the talent that we've had the last 4, 5, 6 years, and to be able to string together 5 straight districts is really, really special. And so now this time of year, it's win and go home, just like the district tournament. And so we're going to, we would love to get out here and play our best basketball tonight.
It's when you're looking at the paper on these 2 teams, it's really similar. You guys are really young. They're really young. They only have 1 senior. You guys don't have any seniors. And then you look at the scoring, and we're both how many points you score and allow. Pretty similar in that aspect. They're 20-5. You guys are 19-4. So you go down the list, very, very similar. When you guys have been getting ready for them, what's a couple of things you're focusing on that you think they're going to do tonight?
Well, we know they're going to press us. They typically press every team they played, and we're certainly ready for that. I think we both, like you said, we both play this similar style of basketball, and tonight it'll really just come down to who's going to execute their game plan the best and who's going to have the least amount of little mistakes. Little mistakes that add up over the course of a game, and so if we can come out and play a clean ball game, feel like we got a good shot here.
Now, as we've talked kind of throughout the season, and particularly earlier this season, obviously you guys have a young group, and you've talked about how it's just kind of with these girls. They got to get some experience under the belts. Yeah, there's some sophomores with experience, but you're playing some freshmen as well. How has that progression been over the year? And I guess how comfortable are you with them now here in a tournament playoff system like this one?
Well, last year was really good for our what are now sophomore group. They got their time in the limelight, and I think they kind of ward those jitters off. And they come in this year, even though they're 15 years old or 16. They're what I would consider veteran players mentally. They're just seasoned, and they're okay with that. And so our freshmen, without us having a lot of upperclassmen, they got a lot of experience this year against some high quality basketball programs. And over the course of the season, we saw them grow and mature, not only in the game but mentally. And so. Every time you play in one of these games, you're going to have some jitters. That would be, I think every player on both sides are going to feel that. But I think our kids are mentally ready. I think they're, right where we want them to be.
Lastly, Coach, what are some keys in the game tonight for you guys to come out with a win?
Just take care of the basketball. I think if we can take care of the basketball and stay true to our identity, we've been playing some really good basketball over the last several weeks. And if we can come out and put together a ball game like what we have been, I really feel like we got a good shot.
Coach, we appreciate the time as always.
You bet. Thank you.
Head Coach Lawrence Graves with the South Iron Panthers. We're back in a moment here on the Fleets Equipment pregame show.
The entire faculty and staff of the Arcadia Valley R2 School District take this time to wish the Arcadia Valley Tigers all the best during the annual MAAA basketball tournament. Teamwork is important to excel, and you have what it takes to be winners, and success is in your future. Arcadia Valley R2 School District would like to invite and encourage the community to come out and support these young athletes. Safe travels to all of the teams, parents, and fans. This message from everyone at the Arcadia Valley R2 School District. Go Tigers!
Welcome back to Annapolis here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. My name's Jacob Vincent, and wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's here in Annapolis, maybe you're over at near Chadwick and tuning in, we appreciate you guys, and maybe you're back in Indiana as well. Shout out to everybody, appreciative of everybody tuning in to this broadcast. Going to be a fun one tonight. South Iron Lady Panthers, 19-4 on the season, taking on Chadwick here at home. The starting lineups are being set on the court, so let's get you to them as well. Presbyterian Manor starting lineups, the way you want to live in Farmington or online at presbyterianmanor.org. For the Chadwick Cardinals, 25 on the season, their head coach is Scott Payne. Number 1 is a sophomore, Abigail Smith. Number 5, a senior, Paris Gilbert, the lone senior on the Cardinals, and the lone senior that will be playing in tonight's contest. Number 15 for the Cardinals is a sophomore, Chloe Burkhart. 24, Paisley Gilbert is a sophomore, and another sophomore wears the number 22 is Cora Michael. On the other side for the South Iron Panthers, no change for them. Number 1, Madison Ayers. 23, a freshman, Inslee Dinkins. Number 3, a sophomore, Alicia Cornell. 14, a sophomore, Drew Gale, and 15, a junior, Megan Lashley. Anna Parker will be the 6th woman off the bench for the South Iron Panthers. As we're just about ready for tip-off, brought to you by New Era Bank. It's easy to save your coins and change with New Era Bank's Roundup Savings. To see how easy it is, visit your local New Era Bank or online at newerabank.com. New Era Bank, member FDIC. South Iron in their home whites going up against Chadwick in their away reds. The tip is up. We're underway, and Madison Ayers controls the possession for the Lady Panthers. She comes across the timeline being hounded by some defense. Told you before the game, these two teams very similar, like to get up into you on the defensive side of the ball. Chadwick playing some man-to-man defense, and they are going to be face guarding Maddie Ayers all game long. Here's Cornell, top of the key, and it's almost turned over. It's loose on the ground and now picked up by the Cardinals. Back the other way we go. Gilbert with the ball in her hands will pass it back out. Left wing it goes to Michael. She'll take a 3 ball. That one's short. Out of bounds it goes, and it's going to stay with Chadwick underneath the basket. So a good start for Chadwick. They force a turnover, and they're going to have the ball here underneath the basket. Michael to take it out. Inbound to the right side to Paris Gilbert. Lets a 3 ball fly. That one rattles in for Gilbert from downtown. Paris Gilbert likes to shoot it from deep. However, she's only shooting 27%, but it's playoff basketball. You throw the numbers out the window. South Iron breaks the press here. Dinkins will get it off to Gale on the right side. Gale looking into the corner for Cornell. Thought about taking the 3. Brings it back towards the wing into the high post. It goes to Megan Lashley. Lashley crosses over, drives towards the basket. Little up and under move with the left hand. Doesn't go. And rebounded by the Cardinals and cleared away by Paris Gilbert. Paris will bring it across the timeline for the Cardinals. Looking right side. It's a handoff to Smith. Abby Smith will then find Michael between the circles, who picks up her dribble, and then she gets hounded by Cornell and a little too much up into her grill. Cornell going to pick up her first foul and South Iron's first foul. 3-0 early lead for the Chadwick Cardinals with 6:53 to play here in the first quarter. Chadwick won their first district title since 2014, and they are no stranger to success. They won 4 in a row back in those years, and here's a hard screen set by Paisley Gilbert, dropped Maddie Ayers, and then it was a turnover after the screen, so South Iron going to get the ball back. Drew Gale will inbound to Alicia Cornell. Cornell trying to break the press just by dribbling, being hounded by Paris Gilbert. She comes across the timeline, gets past Gilbert, takes it to the basket. It's a pass off to Lashley. A double team comes to her. Tried to throw it back out to Gale, and it's another turnover by the South Iron Panthers. The Chadwick Cardinals defense is all over the Panthers offensively right now. That's what Coach Payne said, you know, we want to get up into them, give them a little pressure, see if we can get some easy buckets. They're up 3-0 and back with the ball. Here's Smith, top of the key, dribbles it to the left side, comes to a jump stop, looking for a pass off to Paris Gilbert. She finds her in the high post. Gilbert spins around, puts up a little floater in the lane. That one too strong, but she got her own rebound. Back up and got fouled, and she's going to the line. Megan Lashley going to be tagged with the foul on the Panthers. That's the second one on South Iron. A very slow start for the Panthers continues. Paris Gilbert going to the line. The lone senior on the court, a 61% free throw shooter from 15 feet. First one off the front iron, back iron, and falls in. Paris Gilbert, 4 early points, and the Cardinals lead 4-0 with 6:17 to play in the first. Gilbert will try it again. The right-hander lets it fly and knocks it down. 5 points for the senior. And it's a 5-zip lead for the Cardinals in the early going with 6:16 to play in the first quarter. Dinkins crossover will come across the timeline. Bounce off to Megan Lashley, left baseline. Skips it over to Cornell on the right side. Lets a 15-footer fly. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound fought for. It's still loose. Finally picked up by Chadwick. And Paris Gilbert will clear it away. Goes past one defender, and Cornell will slow it up as she comes across the timeline. Now 2 defenders come to her. Maddie Ayers almost comes up with a steal, but Chadwick will keep it. On the right side, it goes to Abby Smith. Thought about taking the 3, will drive right baseline. And a foul is called on Drew Gale as she got a little too close. So Drew Gale going to be picking up her first and the team's 3rd for South Iron. Chadwick will take it out underneath the basket with 5:48 to play in the first. Smith inbound to Paris Gilbert in the right corner. Reverse it over to Michael, back to Smith in the corner. She'll drive right baseline to the basket, lost the handle, passed it off to Burkhart. Burkhart found Michael top the key. She takes it to the basket, tried to pass it opposite block, and then a kicking violation called, and it's going to stay with Chadwick underneath the basket. 5:36 to play in the first. Chadwick still leading 5-0 and looking to add on a few more. Here's Smith on the right wing. She'll bring it towards the free throw line. Pass off to Paris Gilbert on the left wing. Paris spins around to the high post, puts up a 14-footer, instead passes it off to Burkhart, and Burkhart lays it up and in. Great vision from Paris Gilbert, and it's 7-0. Cardinals leading the South Iron Panthers. Hensley Dinkins brings the ball up for South Iron. Lost the handle on it. Now we'll pass off Drew Gale on the right side as they are on about the 10-foot volleyball line. Maddie Ayers comes to get the ball, and she'll set up an offense. Looks right side to Lacey Cornell. Cornell brings it top the key, now drives in the middle of the lane. Pass off to Megan Lashley, puts up the 14-footer. That one halfway down and finally goes back down for the first points of the ball game for the South Iron Panthers. Megan Lashley only averaging about 6 points a contest. The oldest player for South Iron knocks down the first 2. It's 7-2. At the other end, Cardinals jumper from the right baseline, no good. Dinkins the rebound, tied up by Gilbert, and a jump ball. And the South Iron fans can't believe it. That is the right call. The South Iron fans, they're just not happy about it. That was the right call. It was a jump ball. And Chadwick's going to keep it underneath the basket with 4:43 to play in the first. 7-2 lead for the Cardinals. Gilbert will take it out. Paris, top of the key, goes to Burkhart. Burkhart holds the ball above her head. Now will pass it right side. Looking down low, back for Burkhart on the right block. Got it blocked away, but it's rebounded by Michael, and she goes back up and in. Cora Michael, 2 points. It's 9-2. South Iron down by 7. Here's Anna Parker for the first time in for the Panthers. Cornell now on the left wing will drive in left baseline past Gilbert to the basket. She got fouled, and she's going to be going to the line for 2 shots. Foul going to be tagged on Paris Gilbert. That is her first, and it sends the sophomore Cornell to the line. As Maddie Ayers will come to the sideline to get some direction from Coach Graves and her father. 9-2 lead for the Cardinals with Cornell at the line for 2 freebies with 4:22 to play in the first. Cornell lets the first one fly and knocks it down. Alicia Cornell has been a tremendously improved player from a year ago, was a bench player a year ago, but now she averages 11 points a contest and 3 steals along with 3 rebounds. Second free throw, good. So 2 of 2 from the stripe that time for the 35% free throw shooter. Was just 7 of 20 from the stripe throughout this season. It's now 9-4. And Chadwick back with the ball with 4:12 to play in the first. Hand off to Smith on the right wing for the Cardinals. Back top of the key, it goes to Michael. Looking over the top for Gilbert. Couldn't get it to her. Now Michael will penetrate. Kick it back out to Smith. 3 ball from the right side is short, no good. Rebound fought for, still loose. Picked up by South Iron. A whistle and a jump ball. And it's going to be going the Panthers' way. A lot of applauding on both sides from the effort on the floor. It's been a very, very hard-fought game, and that's what you like to see in playoff basketball. South Iron boys winning last night, of course, 74-42. Here's South Iron back on offense on the girls' side. Maddie Ayers tapped the key, hasn't taken a shot yet. Here's a shot through some traffic. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound fought for, picked up by the Cardinals. Here's Gilbert, will slow it up, being hounded by Maddie Ayers, and now hounded by Cornell as she comes across the timeline. Gets past her, kick out to Michael, a shot fake, bounce it back to Gilbert down low, but missed the bunny underneath. South Iron leading the break now in transition, up to Cornell, lays it up, couldn't get it to fall. Chadwick rebounds it after that. Michael has to pick it up, but it's stolen away by Dinkins. She goes up with the left hand and lays it in. Ensley Dinkins finds her first 2 points of the contest. It's 9-6. Panthers within 3. Chadwick back with the ball. Michael looking down low for Burkhart. Puts it up with some contact. Couldn't get it to fall, but she'll be at the line. Great pass from Cora Michael over the top to Chloe Burkhart, and Burkhart going to the line. Foul going to be called on Maddie Ayers. 14th foul on South Iron, and the first foul on Maddie Ayers. 4 different players for South Iron with 1 foul now. Chloe Burkhart at the line, shooting at 46% on the season, is short on the first attempt. Burkhart, a sophomore as well, averaging about 6 points a contest and 6 rebounds. Pounds the rock into the ground, lets the second one fly, and nothing but nylon. So 1 of 2 from the stripe that time for Burkhart. She's got 3 points, and the Cardinals back up by 4. Cornell, the length of the court, will pass off to Dinkins, and that's a travel by Cornell. Again, the cheers from the Chadwick fans and the jeers from the South Iron fans. Again, thought it was the right call. 10-6. Chadwick on top by 4. 2:55 to play in the first. Cardinals trying to break the 3-quarter court pressure from South Iron. They do come across the timeline. Megan Lashley getting set to check in at the next dead ball for South Iron. Paris Gilbert will set up an offense between the circles. Looks left side of the hands of Smith on the wing. Smith reverses it back to Michael, top of the key. Now goes right side to Paris Gilbert. Lets a 3-ball fly. That one too short. Rebound tipped back out. Now picked up by Anna Parker for South Iron. She's out in front. Comes to a jump stop with a shot fake. Lays it up and in with the right hand. The freshman finds her first 2 points of the contest. And it's a 1-possession ball game, 10-8 with 2:20 to play in the first. Chadwick coming across the timeline now. Here's Smith in the middle of the lane. Puts up a little floater. That one way off the mark. Dinkins the rebound. And she'll dribble through some contact and come across the timeline. Off to Cornell on the right side. Fakes the 3, drives in, pulls it back out towards the middle of the lane. Kick it out to Anna Parker. She'll let a 3-ball fly. She knocks it down, and South Iron has their first lead of the game. 5 points for Anna Parker. It's 11-10 with 1:52 to play in the first. Chadwick looking to break the press. They do. They get it down low to Burkhart. Off to Burkhart. Right block. Blocked away by Dinkins, but Burkhart got it back and goes back up and in. 5 points for Chloe Burkhart. Maddie Ayers breaks the press for South Iron. Nobody picks her up on the other end. She got fouled on the way up, and she'll be going to the line for 2 shots. Nobody picked up Maddie Ayers as soon as she came across the timeline until the right block. Foul going to be called on Chadwick. I believe they're going to tag Paisley Gilbert with this one, and they do. So Paisley Gilbert picks up her first free throw from Maddie Ayers is good. Those are the first points of the ball game for Maddie Ayers as well, and ties it back up at 12. So Drew Gale going to take a rest on the bench as Megan Lashley checks in. Ayers' second free throw is good as well. 2 points for Maddie Ayers from the stripe. It's 13-12. South Iron regaining the lead with 1:30 to play in the first. Here's Paris Gilbert, top of the key, being hounded by Cornell. Little floater in the lane will rattle in over the front of the iron. Paris Gilbert with 7 points in the first quarter. It's 14-13 lead now for the Cardinals. Maddie Ayers crossover, drives in through 2 defenders, some contact, and they're going to call a foul on the ground on Abby Smith. So Smith going to be tagged with her first foul, and South Iron will take the ball out underneath the basket. That's the third team foul of the first quarter for Chadwick with 1:14 to play. 14-13, South Iron leading by 1. They'll take the ball out underneath the basket. Lashley looking to get it in, throws it all the way over the top for Cornell on the top of the key. Cornell jabs to the right. Now we'll get a play call from head coach Graves on the sideline, still holding the ball. We'll pass off Parker on the wing. Parker penetrating left baseline. Kick out Dinkins. Fakes a 3. Now she penetrates. Kick out Cornell. She'll let the 3 fly. That one in and out again, but a rebound by Dinkins for South Iron. And it's stolen away by Chadwick. Paris Gilbert has it. Gilbert on the right wing. Pass off Michael in the corner. Michael looks down low. It's poked away by Megan Lashley and picked up by Cornell for South Iron. Now Ayers with it on the right wing. To the basket. Puts up the shot. Got the foul, and she'll be at the line for 2 of them. So again, the defensive transition has been struggling at least the last couple possessions for Chadwick. Foul going to be called on Cora Michael. That is going to be her first and the team's 4th. It sends Maddie Ayers to the line, who just went 2 of 2. This time will knock down the first. Drew Gale back into the ball game for South Iron. We'll give a rest for Ensley Dinkins. These two teams mainly use about 6 players on both sides. Same said for South Iron. Anna Parker is that 6th player. No good on the second attempt for Maddie Ayers. She stays at 3 points with 37 seconds to play. We're tied at 14 here in the first quarter. Down low pass to Michael. We'll kick it back out to Paisley Gilbert on the high post. Michael will find it on the left wing. Holds the ball above her head. Dribbles it with the right hand to the right side. Finds Paris Gilbert, top of the key. Gilbert gets a screen. Thought about taking the 3. Now will pass off Abby Smith on the right wing. Smith gets a screen. Kick it out between the circles with 16 seconds to play in the first. And now they're going to hold it for the last shot. Abby Smith out near half court between the circles. 8 seconds, looking to run a play. Drives it to the right side with 5 seconds. On the right baseline, puts up a little fadeaway jumper with 2 seconds on the clock. It's rebounded by Paisley Gilbert. Couldn't get it off in time as it's blocked away by Drew Gale. And the first quarter comes to an end. We're all knotted up at 14 apiece. 14 all here in South Iron. We'll take a short break. Second quarter of action coming up right after this.
BMW Convenience in Fredericktown and Valley Mines is your one-stop convenience store. Their friendly staff is ready to help you find everything you need. They have a wide variety of grab-and-go hot foods that includes breakfast, burgers, pizzas, and so much more. BMW Convenience also has specialty home-style custom deli sandwiches made to your liking, along with all your other convenience store needs. And while you're there, fill up with their Gulf-branded fuels. That's BMW Convenience in Fredericktown and Valley Mines. The City of Deloge would like to take this time to wish the best of luck to all the athletes participating in the MAAA Conference Basketball Tournament. The City of Deloge is proud of the area athletes and supports them in all their endeavors on and off the court. They wish you the best of luck with the remainder of the school year, and they hope it continues to be a great one. The City of Deloge supporting all area athletes and wishing them good luck during the MAAA Conference Basketball Tournament.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Very competitive first quarter as we saw Chadwick get out to a big lead of 7-0, but South Iron was able to cut it all the way down. They actually took the lead a couple of times, but we were all knotted up after one at 14 apiece. Paris Gilbert leading the way with 7 points for Chadwick. On the other side, it was Anna Parker with 5 points for the South Iron Panthers. Chadwick will start out with the ball here in the second quarter. On the right wing it goes to Abby Smith. Smith holds the ball above her head and lets some traffic go through in the middle of the lane. Still looking to pass off. Now will drive in, kick it out, tap the key for Paris Gilbert. Paris drives in, gets a screen, puts up a little floater in the lane and banks it in off the glass. Paris averages almost 15 points a contest. She's already up to 9 with 7:30 to play in the second quarter. Maddie Ayers comes across the timeline for South Iron. Passes over Anna Parker on the left wing. Parker back to Ensley Dinkins. Dinkins will find Ayers on the right side on the wing. Ayers thought about taking the 3, a shot fake. Now will drive in, comes to a jump stop, and they got a foul on Chadwick. I believe it's going to be tagged on Abby Smith, and it is. So Smith is going to pick up her second foul in the early minutes of this second quarter, and that is going to bring in Lexi Loveland for Abby Smith. So Loveland will make her first appearance. South Iron will take it down underneath the basket with 7:18 to play. Quick inbounds to Megan Lashley. Got poked away by the Cardinals. Now it's loose on the ground and tied up, and a jump ball call is going to stay with South Iron underneath the basket as Chadwick started out with it this quarter. So South Iron will just try to do it again. Drew Gale will take it out on the right block. Inbound, Maddie Ayers on the right side. Shot fake as two defenders come to her. Goes past all of them and to the basket. Lays it up with the right hand for her first field goal of the game. She's got 5 points. And South Iron ties it up at 16. Paris coming across the timeline for the Cardinals on the left side. Got bumped by Maddie Ayers. No call. It was stolen away, but picked back up by the Cardinals. Down low to Burkhart. A power dribble. Goes up and lays it in. 7 points for Chloe Burkhart, and Chadwick regains the 2-point lead, 18-16 with 6:48 to play in the first half. Maddie Ayers almost lost the handle on it. Will pass it off. Drew Gale on the right side. Ayers on the 10-foot volleyball attacking line. Picks up her dribble. Pass off Gale again on the top of the key. It's just a little two-man game between those two. Now we'll find Anna Parker on the right side. Lets a 3-ball fly. That one off the mark and rebounded by Paris Gilbert. Paris comes across the timeline for the Cardinals, looking towards the right side, and now will set up the offense on the top of the key. Gilbert takes a dribble with the left hand, spins around on Dinkins, takes it towards the basket, underneath the basket, puts up the shot. It's short, rebound loose, and finally tied up are Paris Gilbert and Megan Lashley. That'll be a jump ball, and it'll stay with Chadwick underneath the basket. You can tell how much this game means to Paris Gilbert, the only senior on the court right now, and the only senior that will see the court from either of these teams. She's playing with a lot of heart, and she's playing well. Cora Michael inbound for Chadwick underneath the basket. We'll find Loveland in the right corner. Back to Michael as she comes off a screen set by Loveland on the right wing. She'll bring it back towards the top of the key. Michael still dribbling with it, looking down low. Passes it out of bounds, but it's tipped last by South Iron. I'll say it was last touched by Drew Gale, and it's going to stay with Chadwick underneath the basket with 6:04 to play in the first half. Paris Gilbert will take it out. Taking it out on the left block is Gilbert. Looking in, we'll find Michael in the corner. Throwing it back to Gilbert down low. Poked from behind by Dinkins and out of bounds. Instead, they're going to say it was last touch by Chadwick. And South Iron going to get it back. So good defense by Dinkins to kind of alter it a little bit, not let Gilbert get an easy pass into the post. 5:58 to play in the first half, 18-16. Cardinals leading by 2. South Iron with the ball. Maddie Ayers across the timeline, looking to the left side. Will pass off to Dinkins on the wing. Dinkins throwing it all the way over the top. Kind of a new play for Drew Gale, and Gale lays it up and in with the right hand for her first 2 points of the contest. Ties the game up at 18. Loveland with it out near half court. Passes it cross court to Michael on the top of the key for the Cardinals. Moves it off to Paris Gilbert. Has a defender run into her. It's Maddie Ayers. Almost comes up with a steal. Throws it back and bounds as she's falling out of bounds. But now Gilbert has it for the Cardinals. Takes it in. Puts up the floater. Gets it to go. Paris Gilbert having a whale of a game so far in the first half. She's got 11. Maddie Ayers top of the key. Step back. Pass off Megan Lashley. She'll let it fly. In and out. No good. Rebound loose. Picked up by South Iron. Lashley on the left side. Takes it to the basket. Little left-handed layup. No good. Rebound still fought for. Dinkins is in there. And we got another jump ball call. Those 50-50 balls are being hounded by both teams. We've already seen about 4 or 5 jump balls. This time it's going to stay with South Iron underneath the basket. Drew Gale will take it out. Inbound to Dinkins on the top of the key. She'll take a dribble with the right hand. Look back left to Drew Gale. Gale brings it towards the wing. Cross-court pass to Cornell. Lets the 3-ball fly and knocks it down from the right side. Alicia Cornell from downtown finds her 5th point of the ball game. South Iron leading by 1, 21-20. Here's a pass up at the top for Paisley Gilbert. Off the underside of the backboard, no good, and out of bounds. Last touch by South Iron. It'll stay with Chadwick underneath the basket, but that was good defense in transition because it was a good pass down low, and then 3 defenders just came and hounded Paisley Gilbert underneath and wasn't able to get a clean shot off. Abby Smith checks back in for Lexi Loveland. So the starter's back on the court for Chadwick. The inbound to Smith on the right wing. Smith looking right side, now looking down low. Will pass over to Paisley Gilbert on the top of the key. Paisley gives it back to Abby Smith, and Smith will set up an offense. Crosses over, drives left side, got it poked away by Maddie Ayers. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll stay with Chadwick on the far sideline in front of some of the South Iron fans. 21-20 the score. Panthers leading by 1 with 4:26 to play in the second quarter. There's a hot start by Chadwick, but South Iron has fought their way back into it. And they got the lead right now. Here's Paris Gilbert in the middle of the lane. We'll kick it out to Abby Smith, top of the key for the Cardinals. She'll set up the offense again as she drifts towards the left side. Now she'll bring it back to the right side, get a screen to the high post, picks her up her dribble on the right wing, pass off to Paris in the corner. Paris brings it back towards the wing, over to the corner now to Smith, and Smith will get it back with a screen on the free throw line. Got bumped by her own player, and now we'll find Paris on the right wing. As she spins around, it's stolen away by Maddie Ayers, but picked back up by the Cardinals. Paris down low, lays it up, can't get it to go. Rebounded by South Iron. Maddie Ayers out in transition on the left wing. Drives in through two defenders, a lot of contact, no call. It's rebounded by Dinkins, a tie-up, and another jump ball. And this one's going to go back to Chadwick. 3:43 to play in the first half. Megan Lashley checking back in here for Drew Gale. And Chadwick will have the ball, and they'll have to go the length of the court. Anna Parker led South Iron with 5 points in the first quarter. Hasn't scored yet. Here's a travel by Chadwick as Cora Michael was standing between the circle. Picked up her dribble and shuffled her feet, and it looks like Chadwick going to take a timeout. 21-20, South Iron leading by 1 with 3:37 to play. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Timeouts, as always, brought to you by Patsy's Furniture. You love to shop at Patsy's on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills. Let's thank a few of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible this year. Applebee's in Farmington, C&C Suppliers, Flat River Loop in Farmington, Coast Tractor and Equipment in Farmington, Gomtree and Festus, Cozine Memorial Chapel in Farmington, Fleets Equipment in St. Jen and Leadington, Gateway Region YMCA in St. Louis, Gilster Mary Lee, Home Pools and Spas in Leadington, and Jefferson College in Hillsboro. Don't forget, coming up at the half, after this 3:37 of game action, we'll have our Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy halftime show. We'll break down some of the stats and let you know about some of the other broadcast games we got going on regional radio this evening and coming up over the next couple of days as well. Out of the timeout, South Iron will have the ball. They'll take it out right in front of the Chadwick bench near half court with 3:37 to play here in the first half. 21-20, Panthers leading. They inbound to Ayers. Into the backcourt, she'll bring it into the front court. Drives right side, gets cut off by Smith, crosses over, goes past one defender, kick out to Parker. Now top of the key, it goes to Dinkins. Jabs left, drives right. Pass to a wide open Lashley, who can't finish it with the left hand. Well, that was a great play, but Lashley couldn't finish it off. And Chadwick clears away the rebound. Here's Paris Gilbert across the timeline on the right side. Driving towards the right side. It's stolen away by Cornell, and Cornell comes up with a steal. Takes it to the basket, spins around, puts up a right-handed shot from the left side. Couldn't get it to go. Dinkins the offensive rebound, and then a foul is called on the Cardinals underneath the basket. Nice rebound by the freshman, and she gets a pat on the back from her other freshman, Anna Parker. Foul going to be called on Paris Gilbert. That is her second now here in the first half. 3 minutes remain in the first half. 21-20 the score. Drew Gale going to check in for Ensley Dinkins as she gets a standing ovation from the South Iron fans. Maddie Ayers will take it out for the Panthers. Underneath the basket on the left block. Looking in towards the top of the key. Looking to the right side. Will find Drew Gale in the corner. Gale brings it back towards the top of the key. Picks up her dribble. Pass off to Maddie Ayers again on the wing. Ayers will set up the offense on the top of the key. Drives it to the right side. Slows up, now drives in right baseline, puts up a little floater, couldn't get it to go. Drew Gale, the offensive rebound, then tied up by Paris Gilbert. And it's another jump ball, and this time going to stay with South Iron underneath the basket. Lawrence Graves holding up his index finger, calling out the play underneath. We'll set up kind of in a flat three out near the high post, and then Maddie Ayers standing at the top of the key. She'll come off of the triple screen. Can't get it to her. They find Anna Parker on the top of the key. Make that Cornell. Jabs to the left, lets the three ball fly. He was halfway down, but it wouldn't go as it bounced out and cleared away by Chadwick. So the score remains 21-20 with 2:30 to play, and it's stolen away by Ayers now for South Iron. Ayers on the right wing, picks up her dribble, will pass off Gale on the right side. Gale steps through, it's stolen back by Chadwick, stolen back by South Iron. Ayers top the key, looking right side to Gale. Left open, lets the three ball fly, and nothing but nylon from the right side is Drew Gale. Drew Gale has only taken 17 threes this season and only hit 5. That's her 6th triple of the season. It's 23-20. Instead, I think they called that a deep 2 because it was 21-20. At the other end, Paris Gilbert, floater in the lane, no good. Cornell, the rebound for South Iron, leading the break. Into some traffic, puts up the shot, got it to go with the foul. Cornell going to the line for one shot, and South Iron leads 25-20 with 1:54 to play in the first half. What a drive from Cornell. She got the steal, a bucket at the other end. And I believe Coach Scott Payne wants a timeout. Nothing yet. They're going to bring in a sub, actually, as that foul was called on Abby Smith. That is her 3rd of this first half, and they do grant the timeout for Scott Payne. on the Chadwick sideline. Another 30-second one, so we're back in 30 on the Lima Winco Sports Stream.
This is Mark Cook with Cook Financial Security, located in Farmington. Life has a tendency to change in the blink of an eye. Whether you are switching jobs, getting married, or any number of other life-changing moments. When life changes, you need to make the proper adjustments to your overall financial plan with your insurance and financial security needs. For more information or a free consultation, give me a call at 573-760-2398.
Well, Connor Mooney back in our J98 studios. He's turning the dials for this one. He described this first half perfectly. He said, this one's crazy. A little bit different than last night on the boys' side as the South Iron boys ran away with the victory, 74-42. The girls' side, much more competitive. Chadwick started off very well, came out to a 7-0 run to start the game. Ever since then, South Iron crawling back, and now they've taken a 5-point advantage. And out of the timeout, Alicia Cornell a chance to make it 6. Cornell at the line, fires the free throw, knocks it down. Cornell is a perfect 3 of 3 from the line. And coming into this game, she was 7 of 20. And the Chadwick fans not happy because Ensley Dinkins was going to check into the ball game. And they kind of called the sub on late and sounded the buzzer late as Chadwick, it looked like they had already inbounded the basketball. And now one of the referees talking with Scott Payne on the sideline, and he's trying to plead his case, saying, she shouldn't have been able to check in. They sounded the buzzer. As Chadwick, they were ready to go. South Iron wasn't quite set on the defensive side of the ball, so that's where the Chadwick fans and the Chadwick team not too happy about it, but they do grant the sub for South Iron with 1:54 to play in the first half. 26-20, Panthers leading by 6. This ball's poked away by Dinkins. It's still in the backcourt, controlled by Chadwick. Paris Gilbert comes across the timeline, being pounded by Anna Parker. Will pick up her dribble, kick it out to Loveland, lets the 17-footer fly and knocks it down. Lexi Loveland finds her first 2 points of the contest here in the Class 1 sectional, makes it 26-22. 1:30 to play in the first half. Loveland checked in for Smith, who just picked up her 3rd foul. Here's Maddie Ayers, 3-ball from the top of the key. That one won't go. Rebound by Paisley Gilbert. She'll pass off to Paris. Paris will bring it up the court for Chadwick with 1:15 remaining in the first half. Cardinals down by 4. Paris setting up an offense on the top of the key. Will drive it to the right side. It's a flat 4 set on the baseline. Almost stolen away. Now pass off in the high post to Paisley. Paisley kick out Paris. 3-ball on the way. That one goes. Paris Gilbert hits her second 3 of the game and makes it a 1-point game, 26-25. Top of the key in the hands of Maddie Ayers for South Iron with 46 seconds remaining in the second quarter. See if South Iron waits for the last shot. Hannah Parker now, left side it goes to Dinkins, left open, lets it fly, can't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Chadwick with 33 seconds. Here's Loveland, right side into the newly checked in Sierra Jackson. Jackson almost had it stolen away, now it is stolen away by Ayers. South Iron going the other way, Ayers at the basket, left-handed lay-in is good. Maddie Ayers, 4 points here in the second quarter. 15 seconds remaining, and it's stolen away by Ayers again, and then pounded by Jackson, and that's an intentional foul. Oh my goodness. Jackson got it stolen away by Ayers, and then Jackson just decked her. Immediately they call an intentional foul, and Jackson gonna be tagged with it. So the 8th team foul on Chadwick, and Jackson tagged with the intentional foul. I don't think the Cardinals realized it on the court because they were going to set up for free throws, but an intentional, no one sets up for free throws. It's just going to be Maddie Ayers at the line. 28-25, South Iron leading by 3 with 13 seconds to go in the first half, and Maddie Ayers is 73% free throw shooter at the line, lets the first fly and can't get it to go. Ayers was 3 of 4 before that one. Tell you what though, much improved free throw shooter from a year ago, shot at about 59% from the line. As a freshman this year, up to 73, but cannot connect on either of the free throws that time around. It goes 0 of 2 from the stripe on the intentional foul shots. But South Iron will keep the ball with 13 seconds to play in the first half. She did take a very hard hit. And we know Maddie Ayers, she can take it in. She can play with the best of them even after 10 seconds and counting for South Iron with the ball. to Lashley, top of the key with 5 seconds. Lashley, handoff Dinkins with 3 seconds. Kick out Anna Parker for a 3-ball. In and out, no good. Buzzer sounds. South Iron going to take the 3-point lead into the break. What a first half, as both crowds standing on their feet and applauding the efforts of their teams. 28-25, South Iron leading at the break. I just hope the second half lives up to the first half. We'll have a Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy halftime show coming up right after this. Keep it tuned in to the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Crouch, Farley, and Hiring would like to take this time to recognize all the area athletes and students. Let Crouch, Farley, and Hiring, certified public accountants of Farmington and Bonne Terre, make it easy for you. For over 4 decades, they've been specializing in financial advice, personal and corporate income tax preparation, payroll and sales tax preparation, bookkeeping, and audits. Watch your business grow and develop without worrying about the accounting. That's Crouch, Farley, and Hiring, CPAs of Farmington and Bonne Terre. Visit their website at cfhcpa.com.
Goggins Drilling Incorporated has been serving the Parkland area and beyond for over a half a century with a reputation for quality work that comes with over 50 years of satisfying their customers, offering sales and service on all water pumps, and are the leading edge of ground source heating systems, residential or commercial. Call Goggins Drilling Incorporated for contract drilling at 573-431-2450. That's Goggins Drilling, when you want more than just a hole in the ground.
Innovative Warehousing and Distribution in Farmington is a proud supporter of all the area athletes. Innovative Warehousing and Distribution in Farmington encourages all athletes to work hard and keep your direction. The key word to a winning team is teamwork. Innovative Warehousing, a proud supporter of the community and area high school sports. This message is brought to you by your friends at Innovative Warehousing and Distribution, celebrating 25 years of service in Farmington and the surrounding areas.
Hi, I'm Charles Grissom of JC Dental Creations. JC Dental Creations has 7 dental technicians with over 85 years of combined experience and would love to be a part of your dental team, not just another laboratory. Doctors, we accept all oral scans with repairs and relines always being next day. We're a full-service laboratory where everything is fabricated in-house with no outsourcing, made right here in the USA. If you can hear this message, we would personally service to your office. JC Dental Creations in Potosi. Call us today or find us on Facebook.
Welcome to the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy Halftime Show on Regional Radio.
At Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, we want you to know that local pharmacy is alive and well. We work hard at offering you an excellent experience every time you do business with us. A warm greeting, a friendly smile, attention to detail, and efficient service is what you can expect from us every day because we love going the extra mile for our customers. We offer a full range of products and services, handy drive-through windows, always free delivery to your home or workplace, and so much more. Bigger stores don't always mean bigger savings. We stay very competitive with our pricing and our preferred provider for many insurance plans. There's no need to stand in line, no need to wait days for your medications, no need to go anywhere else but Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Local pharmacy at its finest, with locations in Deloge, Farmington, Fredericktown, Ironton, and Piedmont. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy.
It's the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy Halftime Show, located in Farmington, Fredericktown, Deloge, Piedmont, and Ironton. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy is committed to improving the health of their patients and positively impacting the communities they serve.
The other end, Harris Gilbert, floater in the lane, no good. Cornell, the rebound for South Iron, leading the break. Into some traffic, puts up the shot, got it to go with the foul. Cornell going to the line for one shot, and South Iron leads 25-20 with 1:54 to play in the first half. Well, that was our play of the first half and our drive of the first half, brought to you by Gilster Mary Lee. Gilster Mary Lee Corporation, they are currently hiring drivers. CDL license is required. Call Mike Welker today at 800-851-5371. Alicia Cornell, a strong drive that time, finished the first half with 7 points, tied for a game high for the South Iron Panthers. Maddie Ayers, the other player for South Iron, with 7 points. And really, I guess you could consider it a slow game so far for Maddie Ayers, who's averaging 19 points a contest this season. And a credit to the Chadwick defense. They are slowing her down offensively, and she has been able to find a few of her teammates as she is averaging almost 6 assists per game as well. Maddie Ayers pretty much does it all for South Iron. On the other side, though, Paris Gilbert having a heck of a game in the first half and keeping Chadwick in it, knocking down 2 triples on her way to 14 points in the first half. A game high on either side. The senior, she doesn't want this to be her last game. Everybody else on the court right now, they're going to be playing next year. Paris Gilbert will not be playing high school basketball next year, and she's playing with a lot of effort, a lot of heart, and it's fun to watch right now. 28-25, our halftime score. South Iron leading by 3, and it was at the start of the game, looked like Chadwick might just kind of take off and run away. They started the game out on a 7-0 run. South Iron, a couple of turnovers, good defense put on by Chadwick, and turned into some easy buckets. That's what head coach Scott Payne talked about before the game. Said, we want to get into them defensively. We want to try to turn that into some offense. South Iron was able to settle in a little bit. They were able to run their offense a little more and get some points on the board. And Anna Parker really was the reason for that in the first quarter. Knocked down a triple, and if she would have knocked down the one in the second quarter, probably would have set this place on fire, as the South Iron fans were feeling it, especially near the end of the second half. Chadwick, though, they kept it within striking distance, 28-25, as South Iron ran a play at the end to try to get a shot, couldn't get it to go, and just a 3-point deficit right now for the Cardinals. Chadwick 20-5 on the season. South Iron 19-4. We'll take you through the scores from the rest of the players on the court. I mentioned it, 14 points for Paris Gilbert in the Chadwick Cardinals, 7 points for Chloe Burkhart, 2 for Cora Michael, and 2 for Lexi Loveland. On the other side for South Iron, every single player that's played has scored. 7 points for Ayers and Cornell, 5 points for Drew Gale, 2 for Lashley, 2 for Dinkins, and 5 for Anna Parker as well. So, halftime score, 28-25. Let's let you know about our sports broadcast schedule. A lot of other games going on right now on regional radio over on AM 800 KREI. State Fair is taking on MAC. The women's game already over. The women won that one big over State Fairs. The men's game will be coming up next on AM 800 KREI. On KJEF going on right now, Mizzou is at Florida. You can listen to that on AM 1400 KJEF. And then in high school basketball on the boys' side, Class 4 District 2 Championship being played at Potosi. Number 1 St. Jen taking on number 2 Central. That one going on right now over on J98. Coming up tomorrow night, 2 girls basketball games and 2 district championship games. Class 4 District 2 Championship, number 1 St. Jen taking on number 2 Central at 5:45 on J98. And Class 5 District 2, number 2 Farmington at number 1 North County at 5:45 on KREI. And then, of course, on Friday, another Class 5 District 2 Championship. That one on the boys' side. Number 2 Farmington taking on number 1 North County at 5:45 on J98. And then I get to travel down to Delta High School, where the South Iron boys will be taking on Delta at 5:45 on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. Tell you what, that's going to be a fun one. That Delta team, they were a team that averaged 95 points a game last year. This year, they average 81 points a game. However, they also allow 80 points a game. South Iron, they score it at 80 points a game, so could be interesting to see the score of that game. Delta won in overtime last night over Gideon by just 1 point. They hit a free throw in overtime with 1 second to go to move on into the quarterfinal round. So that one could be a fun one on Friday. That's your sports broadcast schedule. Our halftime score, South Iron leading here at home 28-25 in the girls Class 1 sectional. We're going to take another short break. When we come back, second half of action coming your way.
Keen Performance in Bonne Terre has been providing auto services to St. Francis County for 10 plus years, specializing in car and truck, auto body paint, and AC repair and performance accessories. From minor repair to major repair, Keen Performance has you covered. All insurance work is welcome. At Keen Performance, they provide their clients with quality service at affordable prices. Like them on Facebook and call today for a free estimate, 573-631-8285.
Marler's Towing in Park Hills would like to take this time to wish the best of luck to all the students participating in the MAAA basketball tournament. Marler's Towing recognizes how much effort you put in on and off the court. They hope the rest of your school year is successful. Marler's Towing in Park Hills, taking this time to wish all students participating in the MAAA basketball tournament the best of luck. Marler's Towing in Park Hills. Give them a call today for all your towing needs.
MFA in St. Genevieve is much more than just a seed and feed. At your local MFA, you'll find years, even generations of knowledge and experience in agriculture. From the farm to the field, the team at St. Genevieve MFA has the knowledge to help you excel in whatever you're growing, whether it be crops, cattle, hogs, horses, just about anything. Go and see them today. That's MFA in St. Genevieve.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream from Annapolis, Missouri on the campus of South Iron High School. The South Iron boys beat this Chadwick High School team last night, 74-42 to move on to the quarterfinals, and the girls going to try to do the same thing. However, much more competitive first half as we take a check of our CNC Supplier scoreboard, 28-25 in favor of South Iron at the half. CNC Suppliers, janitorial and food service for residential and commercial use located on Flat River Road in Farmington. Chadwick will start out with the ball here in the second half. Paris Gilbert has it top of the key. Will move it right side of the hands of Loveland. Poked away by Cornell and stolen away by Cornell. Cornell up to Dinkins on the right side. A jump stop, goes up with it, missed it, got her own rebound, and kicks it out to Megan Lashley. Lashley skips it over to Maddie Ayers on the left wing. Ayers will bring it towards the top of the key. Now over to Cornell in the corner. Cornell looking down low. Now we'll bring it back towards the top of the key and just dribbling with the right hand. Haven't set up an offense, just kind of running a little bit of motion right now for South Iron. Now they'll set something up. Left wing it goes to Cornell. The corner to Lashley. Looking down low, gives it back to Dinkins on the wing. Dinkins over to Gale. She likes that 15-footer, lets it fly. A little bit short off the front iron, no good. And Paris Gilbert clears away the rebound for the Cardinals. Paris out in front. Pass off in the left block to Lexi Loveland. Can't get the lay-in to go. Rebounded by South Iron in a jump ball as Paris Gilbert was there to tie up Maddie Ayers. She kind of took a shot on the nose as Ayers kind of fell into her with her shoulder. And South Iron going to get the ball after the jump ball, tied possession. 28-25 still the score. Just a minute in here to the third quarter. South Iron making the Final Four last year. This Chadwick team falling in the district championship to Norwood, who fell to South Iron. There's a pass down low, a whistle, and it was going to be a turnover no matter what. They called 3 seconds. It was thrown straight into the hands of Chadwick, and they called 3 seconds on South Iron in the lane. So either way, it was going to be a turnover by the Panthers. 6:50 to play in the third quarter. No score in this third quarter yet. Abby Smith in the backcourt looking for some help. Will find Loveland across the timeline. Loveland will skip it over right side to Paris. Paris shot fake, brings it to the left side. Got a screen from Paisley. Will hand it off to Smith, top of the key. Smith playing with 3 fouls. Will find Paris for a 3 ball off the back iron. Hits the top of the backboard, and that's an out-of-bounds call. And South Iron going to get it going back the other way. Paris Gilbert, 14 points in the first half. She just averages 14.6. So she is playing very, very well after one half of basketball. 28-25 still the score. It's a box and one now on Maddie Ayers on defense for the Chadwick Cardinals. So they're playing Maddie Ayers straight up and then a box everywhere else. South Iron doesn't quite know what they're doing. They haven't gone up against this too much. And so they're just kind of throwing it along the perimeter on the left wing. Here's Cornell, top of the key. She'll drive in all the way to the basket. Puts up a shot high off the glass, no good. Rebound loose. Hits the out-of-bounds line, and it's going the other way. Chadwick going to come up with the stop. So a little bit of talking with Coach Payne last night. He said, you know, we've got a couple of things planned out to throw at them defensively. Pulls out the box and one for the first time. Paris Gilbert throws it over the top for Lexi Loveland on the wing. Loveland drives it right baseline for the Cardinals, looking down low to Paisley. Kicking out to Burkhart. A deep 2 on the way is no good. And Cornell clears the rebound away for South Iron. Cornell comes across the timeline on the right side, jabs to the left, drives to the right, lost the handle on it, picks it up off the ground. Maddie Ayers will set up an offense for South Iron and pass it over to Dinkins on the left wing, skips it all the way over to Cornell. Left open, doesn't take it, finds Gale in the corner, looking to the high post for Lashley. Lashley faces up, drives in, puts up a little runner with the left hand, can't get it to go, but she got fouled, and she'll be at the line for 2 shots. Foul called on Paris Gilbert, that is her third. With 5:22 to play, and they can't believe it because Gilbert wasn't even down by the play. That's big because that's her third foul. So Lashley at the line will let the first fly and knock it down. I didn't even realize it, but Paris Gilbert knew it right away. She wasn't even by the play. She got tagged for the foul, and it's big because that's her third. So she's got to play a little bit more careful with 5:22 to play in the first. We got a whistle and a lane violation by South Iron. Lashley missed the second free throw anyways. Anna Parker will check in here for the Panthers. Lashley will take a rest on the bench. Full court pressure, man-to-man for South Iron. The inbound to Paris. Paris will bring it up the court on the right side in the backcourt, being guarded by Maddie Ayers. Crosses over, picks up her dribble, pass off Loveland on the wing. Looking down low to Burkhart. Burkhart puts up the shot, a little fadeaway, and got it to go. Chloe Burkhart with 9 points in this contest, averages just 6. Almost stolen away by Chadwick and now picked up by Paris Gilbert. Finds Abby Smith in transition, goes up with the left-handed layup and lays it up and in. Abby Smith finds her first 2 points of the ball game and ties it up at 29. South Iron back with the ball. The box and one causing fits right now for South Iron on offense. 4:43 to play in the third. Here's Dinkins, top of the key, drives it to the right side. Cornell doesn't take the three, gets a screen, brings it towards the high post. It's stolen away by Paris Gilbert. Pass off to Abby Smith. Smith out in front, goes up with a shot, couldn't get it to go. Rebound loose, goes out of bounds, and it's going to South Iron. So yet again, South Iron struggling offensively, not sure what to do against the box and one. Coach Ayers and Coach Graves kind of talking about it, conversing, trying to set something up. They finally get the ball into the hands of Ayers, who's going to try to make something happen. Ayers skips it all the way over to Cornell in the right corner. Cornell thought about taking the three, drives it to the right, down low to Drew Gale in the post. Gale back to Cornell, lets the three ball fly, off the mark, no good. Rebound by Dinkins, back up and good. Dinkins finds her 4th point of the contest. 31-29, Panthers back up by 2. 3:55 to play in the third. Here's Abby Smith on the right wing for the Cardinals. Brings it back towards the top of the key, being guarded by Maddie Ayers. Drives with the left hand, hand off Loveland. Loveland skips it over to Paris. 3 ball on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound picked up by Loveland for the Cardinals in another possession. Left baseline it goes. We'll find Paisley Gilbert. Kick it out to Paris on the wing. Paris still dribbling around with the right hand. Being guarded by Cornell. Almost poked away. Now it's loose on the ground. Somebody was out of bounds. Who's going to be called on? They call it off of Cornell, and it's going to stay with Chadwick on the far sideline right in front of the Cardinal fan section. Megan Lashley checks in for Drew Gale. Chadwick going to keep it out of bounds, but still good defense by Cornell. Cornell giving up probably 4 or 5 inches to Paris Gilbert. As Cornell listed as just 5'4". 3:22 to play in the third. Cardinals chasing 2. Here's a pass to Paris on the right side. Paris brings it towards the top of the key. Now driving in the middle of the lane. Got it blocked away, and Dinkins comes up with the ball for South Iron. Lost it, though, out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Chadwick. The South Iron fans can't believe it. So Chadwick going to take it out underneath the basket on the right block. Loveland to take it out for the Cardinals. Inbound on the baseline to Paris on the left wing. Paris brings it inside, spins around, picks up her dribble, got it poked away, and gets it back, looking down low to Paisley. She lost it. Actually, it's a pass to Burkhart on the opposite block. Couldn't get it to go. Dinkins out of the pack, has the ball. Out in front in transition, comes to a jump stop, lays it up and in for South Iron. 6 points for the freshman, makes it 33-29 with 2:48 to play in the third. Ball poked out of bounds by Maddie Ayers. It's going to stay with Chadwick right in front of the Chadwick bench. And head coach Payne asking for a foul on Maddie Ayers, but not going to get it. Dinkins going to check out for the time being as Drew Gale comes back into the ball game for South Iron. 2:46 to play in the third. South Iron leading by 4. Loveland looking to get the ball in, throws it over the top for Smith out near half court on the left side. Smith will drive it to the top of the key, now towards the right side, picks up her dribble, will pass off to Paris. Paris dribbling around on the right wing, drives in the middle of the lane, puts up a crazy shot and gets bailed out with a foul, and she'll be going to the line. Kind of put up a shot with the right hand with a defender on her right hip, and that's what created the contact. So the foul was called, I believe, on Drew Gale. Just the first foul of the second half for South Iron. That is Drew Gale's second, and Paris at the line lets the first one fly, but it's short, no good. She is still not scored here in the second half. Hasn't been, well, much scoring if any. Only 5 points for South Iron, only 2 so far for Chadwick. There's another one. As Paris knocks down the second free throw. I beg your pardon, now 5 points apiece. As it's 33-30. Anna Parker checks in for Alicia Cornell. 2:34 to play in the third quarter. It's a 3-point lead for South Iron, and they have possession. Ayers comes across the timeline on the top of the key, will cross over, drive into the basket, put up a shot with the right hand, through some contact, got it to go, no call. Ayers, an acrobatic shot. She's got 9 points. It's 35-30 now. Panthers on top. Smith at the other end to the basket, through some more contact. Rebound is loose, and Dinkins tried to save it from going out of bounds as it was last touched by South Iron, but her feet hit the ground as she was touching the ball. And it's going to stay with Chadwick right in front of their bench near the baseline. Loveland will inbound to Smith on the top of the key. Smith looks left side for Paris Gilbert. Paris drives in left baseline. Will pull it back out as she gets stopped by 2 defenders. Paris directing traffic. Pass off Smith. Right side it goes to Loveland. Loveland trying to skip it back over. Ayers is there to steal it away, and then she gets fouled in the process by the Cardinals. Ayers leads the team in steals. Comes up with one right there and gets fouled in the process by Abby Smith, and Abby Smith just picked up her 4th foul. Ayers leads the team with 5.3 steals per game. And a timeout on the floor after Smith picks up her 4th foul. 35-30 the score, 1:55 to play in the third. South Iron leading by 5 here at home. Full timeout on the court, brought to you by Patsy's Furniture. We're back in a minute on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Been in a little trouble and need a little extra help? Norman Krumpecker, bail bond agent from Potosi, can help. Norman Krumpecker has an answering service and is available 24/7. You'll get fast service, be out, and on your way. Guaranteed. Call 573-436-9301 or 631-8161. Anytime, day or night. Call Norman Krumpecker. He can set you free. That's bail bond agent Norman Krumpecker from Potosi.
Make it a great family night at Applebee's Bar and Grill in Farmington. Hi, my name is Amy Cousins, General Manager of your local store. Maybe start out with a couple of appetizers: boneless wings, onion rings, mozzarella sticks, spinach artichoke dip, chicken quesadilla. There's so much to choose from. Let the kids pick from the kids menu, then for yourself, choose one of our favorites. Steaks, ribs, seafood, pasta, we have it all. Go to Applebee's.com for the full menu and look for our happy hour prices. Doing good in the neighborhood, Applebee's Bar and Grill in Farmington.
Timeout brought to you by Patsy's Furniture. You'll love to shop at Patsy's on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills. 35-30 is the score. South Iron leading by 5 with 1:55 to play in the third quarter. They'll have the ball out of the timeout. Dinkins will bring it up the court across the timeline. Right side it goes to Parker. We'll find Gale on the left wing. Coming off the screen is Parker into the corner. Can't take the three. She got loose for a second, but Michael was right there in her face. Dinkins now will hand it off as Chadwick looks like they may have backed into a man-to-man. Still a little bit of a box and one. Dinkins off to Parker on the left wing. Drives into the basket, got hit, and she goes up with a shot, and she'll be at the line for 2 of them. Foul called on Cora Michael. That is going to be her second, and the team's third for Chadwick here in the second half. 90 seconds on the clock in the third quarter, and Anna Parker, the freshman, at the line. 60% so far on the season. First one on the way is good. Rattled it in. Parker has been a welcome addition as a freshman, shooting 30% from three-point land, averaging about 8.5 points a contest. She's up to 6 right now. Going to try to make it 7 with the second free throw. It's on the way, and it's good as well. 2 of 2 from the stripe that time for the freshman. Makes it 37-30, the biggest lead of the ball game for South Iron. And a steal by Ayers. And she goes up with a shot, but it's poked out of bounds by Michael. And then they call it off of South Iron last. Graves can't believe it. South Iron fans can't believe it. They wanted a foul. Coach Graves wanted a foul, I should specify. But Chadwick going to have the ball. Great defensive play by Chadwick to not let an easy bucket go in for Maddie Ayers. So Chadwick comes across the timeline. Loveland has it, but Ayers pokes it away from behind. She's 1-on-2. Takes it to the basket. Euro step. Right hand lay-in is good. Maddie Ayers is taken over in the third. 1:06 to play. It's 39-30. Paris Gilbert taking on all 5 South Iron Panthers on the right sideline. Has 3 defenders around her. Dinkins is there, and a travel is called. 57 seconds to play. Well, hold on. They call it. It was a traveling signal with Chadwick dribbling the ball, but Chadwick's going to take the ball out of bounds. They must have called it out of bounds rather than a traveling violation. Cardinals going to keep it underneath the basket. They inbound. Paris takes the three. It's blocked by Gale. Loose on the ground. Picked up by the Cardinals. Paisley has it. Down low to a wide open Burkhart. Lays it up and in from the left side. That was much needed for the Chadwick Cardinals. 11 points for Chloe Burkhart with 42 seconds to play in the third quarter. It's 39-32. Parker in the corner for South Iron will drive left baseline, pick up her dribble, a whistle, and a timeout as Drew Gale was wide open underneath the basket from a good pass by Anna Parker. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 33 seconds to play in the third. It's 39-32. And the timeout brought to you by Patsy's Furniture. We'd also like to thank a few more of our sponsors, Lucas Smith and Festus, Mineral Area College in Park Hills, the Missouri Beef Industry Council, New Era Bank in Farmington, Fredericktown, Park Hills, Deloge, and Bonne Terre, Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy in Deloge, Fredericktown, Ironton, Farmington, and Piedmont, Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills, Prairie Farms in Southeast Missouri, Presbyterian Manor in Farmington, Serenity Hospice, Twin City Toyota and Herculaneum, and the UPS store in Festus. And don't forget, you can stream all of our broadcast games online at MyMoInfo.com, courtesy of Coles Tractor and Equipment in Farmington, home of the LS Tractors. Lead the herd, don't just follow. Coles Tractor and Equipment, Highway 32 in Farmington. Out of the timeout, 3 timeouts apiece for either side. 33 seconds to play. The ball is thrown in all the way over the top for Dinkins. She'll find Parker on the right side. Dinkins will get it back, top of the key as she jabs right. Now will pass off to her right to Parker. On the wing it goes to Lashley, into the high post to Cornell. Back out to Lashley. Fakes a shot with 20 seconds to play. Left side it goes to Dinkins. Back Parker, top of the key. 16 seconds now. Dinkins into the corner to Drew Gale with 13 seconds. Gale trying to pass it across court. It's loose on the ground. It's picked up, and we got a foul called on Drew Gale as she pushed over Paris Gilbert. And Chadwick going to have the ball back with 8.8 seconds on the clock to go here in the third quarter. So Maddie Ayers was not on the court for that. Now she is going to come in. She's going to come in for Drew Gale, who just picked up her third foul. 39-32. Chadwick trying to cut into that 7-point disadvantage with 8.8 seconds on the clock. The inbound to Michael in the backcourt. Off to Paris at half court with 4 seconds. She's at the top of the key. Kick out to Smith. A 3-ball in the way is good from the right side at the buzzer. Makes it 39-35. Abby Smith knocks one down for the Cardinals and makes it a 2-possession ball game as we get set to start the fourth. 39-35 the score. South Iron leading after 3, 1 quarter more. That's coming up next on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
It was 1963, and Fleeg's Equipment in St. Genevieve was founded as a family-owned and operated business where it remains to this day by our brothers Dave and Herb Fleeg. In 2016, our second location in Leadington opened. Hi, I'm Jason. Fleeg's Equipment is known best for selling exceptional equipment such as Case IH, Massey Ferguson, Hustler Turf, Spartan, Vermeer, Cub Cadet, and many more. Fleeg's Equipment is also known for outstanding service from the time you enter the door or pick up the phone. Because at Fleeg's Equipment, we ask that you let our family take care of your family. There are lots of places to get a mower, tractor, or a piece of equipment, but none with the history or longevity of Fleeg's Equipment. We are a proven family with certified technicians and customer service where you're more than just a number. Your business is family tradition here at Fleeg's Equipment. Fleeg's Equipment, Highway 32 in St. Genevieve and on the outer road in Leadington. Online 24/7 at Fleegs.com. Fleeg's Equipment, let our family serve your family.
8 minutes, that's what stands between either Chadwick or South Iron moving on to the quarterfinals of the Class 1 girls basketball tournament here in Missouri. Chadwick starts out with the ball in the fourth. The shot from Paisley Gilbert, no good. Rebounded by Burkhart for the Cardinals. Another possession. Paris Gilbert's there, and she lays it up and in from the right side. Paris Gilbert up to 17 points now. It's 39-37. Full court pressure from Chadwick. Here's Megan Lashley on the left baseline, off to Gale on the wing. Skips it over to Maddie Ayers on the right side. Thought about taking the 3. Now we'll slow it up, bring it towards the top of the key, and set up an offense. On the right side, it goes to Anna Parker. Parker looking to the high post for Dinkins. Faces up, looking to pass out. Now we'll find Parker on the wing. 45 seconds into the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point ball game, 39-37. Parker on the right wing. Inside, Drew Gale puts up the 10-foot jumper and knocks it down. Drew Gale's specialty is the mid-range jumper. She knocks it down from the middle of the lane that time and makes it 41-37. South Iron leading by 4. Almost a steal by Ayers as Abby Smith has it on the left wing. She'll find top of the key now to Paris. Paris spins around, drives to the left side, being guarded by Dinkins. Goes past her, puts up a little runner. Couldn't get it to go, too hard off the glass. And rebound cleared away by Ayers. Out in front is Cornell with 2 defenders in pursuit. Lays it up and in with the right hand from the left side. And Alicia Cornell is up to 9 points in the contest. It's 43-37 with 6:33 to play in the fourth. South Iron leading by those 6 points. Chadwick with the ball. Here's Michael on the right wing. Reverse it back. Top of the key. It goes to Smith. Smith will hand off to Paris on the right wing. Paris with those 17 points. Looking down low to Paisley. Paisley, a great pass, is able to finish it with the right hand. Paisley finds her first 2 points of the game and some big ones. Maddie Ayers falls down and just throws it up the court and out of bounds. Kind of lost her footing, went out of bounds. And Chadwick going to have the ball going back the other way. I was looking down, and I think that's what one of the referees, he said he was looking down the court, watching the other action, didn't see Maddie Ayers fall, so they weren't quite sure if there was a foul or not. It's 43-39 with 6 minutes remaining here in the game. Chadwick with the ball. Paris in the right corner. Paris skip pass all the way over to Michael on the left baseline. It goes to Burkhart, who mishandles it, picks it back up. Michael in the wing, down low to Paisley, kick out Paris. 3-ball from the right side is good! Paris Gilbert has 20 of them. It's 43-42. Cardinals within 1. Here's Parker on the left wing. Goes past 2 defenders. Lays it up and in from the left side. Anna Parker, welcome to the party. She's got 9 points. It's 45-42 now. South Iron back up by 3 with 5:26 to play in the fourth. Smith on the left wing for the Cardinals, being hounded by Cornell. Dribbling around, spins around, drives it back to the left wing. Hand off to Michael on the top of the key. Brings it along the perimeter to the right side. Poked out of bounds. Last touch by Ayers. And it's going to stay with Chadwick on the sideline. 5:12 to play in the ball game. Winner of this will play the winner of Delta and Scott County Central. That game also going on right now. We'll try to get an update on that if we can. 45-42. Here's Paris Gilbert, drives in, kick out Smith on the corner. Smith drives left baseline, and Drew Gale reaches in and is going to be tagged with her 4th foul with 4:58 to play in the ball game. This has been a very clean half in terms of fouls. That's just the 6th foul total and 3 on either side. So a tip of the cap to the referees. I think they're doing a pretty good job. 4:58 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 45-42. Paris in the left corner will find Paisley top of the key. Paisley goes right side to Smith. Smith looking down low will now dribble towards the top of the key. Pick up her dribble. Doesn't take the 3. Instead finds Michael between the circles, being hounded by Anna Parker. Gives it back to Smith on the right wing with 4:42 to play. They're down by 3 of the Cardinals. In the high post it goes to Paris. Outside Paisley. Finds Smith top of the key. Penetrates middle of the lane. Puts up the little floater. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound loose. It's on the ground. Picked up by South Iron. Now tied up, and a jump ball is the call. And South Iron will have it. 4:29 to play in the ball game. 45-42 is the score. South Iron leading by 3, and they'll have the ball after the jump ball. So 3 fouls on either side, so still a ways to go before 1 in bonus. That won't really come into a factor unless one of these 2 teams starts fouling a lot, which they've been playing some really clean defense, so I doubt that'll be the case. Maddie Ayers comes across the timeline for South Iron, drives it all the way to the basket, puts up the shot, high off the glass, got it to go with the right hand. Maddie Ayers up to 13 points, 47-42, and up by 5 are the Panthers. 4 minutes remain in this ball game. Smith with the ball for the Cardinals on the right wing. Brings it towards top of the key. Got it poked away. It's going to go out of bounds. And it's last touch by the Cardinals. Or excuse me, last touch by the Panthers. Going to stay with the Cardinals right at half court. So Paris will inbound to Smith into the backcourt. Under 4 to play in the fourth quarter. 47-42. Panthers leading by 5. Cardinals chasing those 5. Michael driving to the right baseline. Picks up her dribble. Passes it back out to Paris Gilbert on the right wing. Paris spins around on Maddie Ayers, brings it towards the top of the key, trying to pass off. It's poked away by Dinkins. It's loose on the ground and picked up by the Cardinals. Burkhart there. Dinkins falls on it, but she's out of bounds as she's touching the ball. And Chadwick fortunate to keep it that time because that offense wasn't going anywhere. So Chadwick will take it out right in front of the Chadwick fan section on the sideline. They'll bounce it into Paris Gilbert in the right corner with 3:34 to play. Gets a screen from Paisley. Paris brings it towards the top of the key with a left-handed dribble. Now drives in, puts up a shot through some contact, and Maddie Ayers going to be tagged with her 2nd foul. That'll send Paris Gilbert to the line. Paris Gilbert, 20 points in this ball game. She's got 20 of the 42 put up by Chadwick so far. And the senior, mentioned it a few times, the only senior on the court for either side. First free throw is good from Paris Gilbert. Next up, coming on for South Iron is Drew Gale. She's got 4 fouls. She will come on for Ensley Dinkins, who checks out. That's really the only foul trouble right now for South Iron. 4 fouls on Drew Gale, and she's playing with 3:28 to play in this ball game. 47-43 the score. Paris Gilbert trying to make it a 3-point ball game, and she does. Paris has gone 5 of 6 from the line. She's got 22 points in the ball game, and it's a 1-possession game, 47-44. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:28 to play. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Cleaning chemicals, disinfectants, and paper products are just a few of the items available from CNC Suppliers in Farmington. I'm Cheryl Sneed, owner of CNC Suppliers, a janitorial and food service supplier for commercial and residential use. We carry cleaning products, disposable food containers, gloves, sanitizers, disinfectants, face masks, shields, paper products, and so much more. Find CNC Suppliers on Facebook or stop by our location on Flat River Road in Farmington.
We got a 1-possession ball game in Annapolis with 3:28 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 47-44. South Iron leading by 3. They have the ball, but they have to go the length of the court, and they'll be hounded by the full court pressure of the Cardinals out of the timeout. 2 timeouts left for Chadwick, 3 left for South Iron. Lashley across the timeline. Kick out to Parker in the left corner. Parker will bounce it off to Maddie Ayers between the circles. She'll set up an offense. Ayers dribbling to her right as she slides towards the sideline. Into the high post it goes to Lashley. She'll spot up from 15 feet, let it fly, can't get it to go. Rebound cleared away by Paisley Gilbert for the Cardinals. Smith will bring it up and pass off to Paris, who comes across the timeline on the left side with under 3 to play. Paris on the right side. Maddie Ayers takes a spill. It's almost thrown away by South Iron. It's loose on the ground, out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Chadwick underneath the basket. It was poked away by Drew Gale, and South Iron couldn't keep it, so Chadwick will keep it underneath the basket as Megan Lashley checks out and Ensley Dinkins checks back in. Cora Michael to take it out for the Cardinals on the right baseline. Inbound to Smith on the top of the key, drives in, comes to a jump stop, looking for a pass. We'll find Paisley top of the key. Right side it goes to Michael, down low, looking for Burkhart, seals off her defender and lays it up and in. Burkhart up to 13 points, and it's a 1-point ball game, 47-46. Dinkins, top of the key, right side Cornell, 3 ball in the way, give it to her! Cornell from downtown. 12 points for Alicia Cornell. It's 50-46 with 2:18 to play in the ball game. South Iron leading by 4. Paris Gilbert gets a screen on the top of the key as she picks up her dribble, goes right side to Smith. She drives right baseline, puts up a shot from the baseline, no good. Rebound by Burkhart, couldn't get it on the putback, and Drew Gale clears the rebound for South Iron. Outlets to Maddie Ayers. Ayers across the timeline, brings it out towards half court with 1:55 to play. South Iron leading by 4. Maddie Ayers standing between the circles. Right side it goes to Anna Parker. Parker going to penetrate, takes the open court. Outside Cornell, tries another 3, lets it fly. Good again! Cornell from downtown! Timeout on the floor as Annapolis goes crazy. 53-46 the score. Cornell hits her second triple in back-to-back possessions, as she is up to 15 points in the contest. Full timeout on the court. We'll take it with them. 1:42 to play. South Iron leads by 7, 53-46. Back after this.
From shredding to mailboxing, the UPS store does everything for small business, even impressing your customers. When you have your packages packed by our certified packing experts and backed with a package ship guarantee, your business looks outstanding. The UPS store, everything for small business, all in one place.
The UPS store.
Hi, this is Jim, owner of the UPS store in Festus. From printing, shredding, faxing, and notarizing to packaging and shipping, we are here to service your personal and small business needs.
This is Dr. Karen Melton at Hearing Care Partners. We hope you don't miss a single thing this sports season. Stop by for a free hearing screening so you'll hear every play and the person sitting right next to you. One of the best parts of the game is chatting with old friends and making new ones. We wish all our local players a safe and healthy sports season. It's Hearing Care Partners. Find us online at hearingcarepartners.com.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Alicia Cornell had not scored in the second half, and she's got 8 points in here in the fourth quarter, up to 15 on the ball game. It's 53-46. At the other end, Paris Gilbert lost her footing, put up a shot, couldn't get it to go. Maddie Ayers had it, poked out of bounds, and South Iron going to keep it. Paris Gilbert a little shaken up. Looked like she might have misstepped and tweaked her ankle a little bit, but she's fine, and she's going to stay in there, and she's guarding Maddie Ayers as she takes a spill. South Iron still with it. Across the timeline, Dinkins on the top of the key. Drives in, kick out Cornell, who's hit 2 triples back-to-back. 1:16 to play. South Iron leading by 7. Maddie Ayers handling the ball. Right side it goes to Dinkins. Dinkins top of the key to Cornell. As they're running their little picket fence offense, they have 2 guards at the top of the elbows. They set screens, and then they just run out of that, wasting time. And they're going to force Chadwick to foul, and that's only their 4th team foul. Michael is going to be tagged with it, so they still have 3 more before it sends South Iron into the 1 bonus, and there's only 63 seconds on the clock. 3rd foul on Michael. South Iron to take it out. The inbound, Maddie Ayers out near half court with 58 seconds to play. Ayers will drift towards the left side and will find Gale on the right side. South Iron leading 53-46. Coach Payne pleading for his team to foul Drew Gale. Instead, she gets it to Maddie Ayers, and now they foul Maddie Ayers. What they don't realize is they still have to foul 2 more times. Paris Gilbert just picked up her 4th foul. So 5th team foul now on Chadwick. The inbound, Maddie Ayers again out near half court with 48 seconds to play. She'll take it all the way to the basket, put up the left-handed layup, couldn't get it to go. It's loose on the ground and picked up by Chadwick now. Maddie Ayers had a wide open left-handed layup. It was too strong. 36 seconds to play. Paris Gilbert with the ball, and she is fouled by Ensley Dinkins. But again, only the 15th foul on South Iron. And just the 1st on Dinkins. 34 seconds to play. Chadwick down by 7, 53-46. They've got the ball. The inbound to Smith in the backcourt as she comes across the timeline. Right side it goes to Michael. Gotta think you gotta get it to Paris. Top of the key goes to Burkhart. Looking down low for Paris. She finds it. Double team comes. Puts up a shot. It's blocked and picked up by South Iron. Then lost out of bounds. And it's gonna stay with South Iron. So a block by Megan Lashley. Got it poked out of bounds. And it's gonna stay with South Iron. 19 seconds to play. 53-46. The Panthers lead. Gale will inbound to Maddie Ayers on the cross court. Ayers all the way up to Cornell now at the basket. Puts up a shot through some contact, and she'll be at the line for 2 of them. So rather than fouling before a shot, you give South Iron a chance to knock down a couple of free throws, and it's only your 6th team foul. And I believe that is going to be the 5th foul on Abby Smith, and it is. Abigail Smith, the sophomore, going to foul out of this ball game with 5 points. All 5 of them came in the 3rd quarter. She averaged 15 coming into this contest. So a standing ovation for the sophomore. Lexi Loveland will check in. And it sends another sophomore, Alicia Cornell, to the line for 2 free throws with 14 seconds to play. First one on the way, off the back iron, and no good. But Cornell probably going to have our play of the game with back-to-back triples. She knocked those down to put South Iron in front. 2nd free throw on the way. Good that time. A whistle and a timeout taken by Chadwick. That is their final timeout. 54-46. South Iron leading by 8 with 14 seconds to play. We're back in 30 on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Whatever your educational goals are, you can achieve them at Jefferson College. With caring faculty, convenient locations, and award-winning academic programs, your future is Jefferson College's focus. To learn more, call 636-797-3000 or visit jeffco.edu for a complete list of degrees and programs. Enroll now.
For higher education, for higher expectations, Jefferson College, Jefferson College.
Welcome back to the MyMo Info Sports Stream, and man, have we had a good one. Chadwick started off this game on a 7-0 run, and then it went back and forth for the first half. South Iron took a 3-point lead into the half, 28-25. And since then, South Iron has led for all of the second half. Chadwick got it within 1 point, and now we got a random buzzer. And I don't think they meant to do it. It was for the end of the timeout, I believe, is what they're saying. The Chadwick fans are complaining, but it was just for the end of the timeout. So Chadwick, they inbound with 14 seconds to play, down 8. Paris Gilbert across the timeline on the right side with 8 seconds. Paris, top of the key. Paris driving in, loses the handle with 4 seconds. Kick out to Loveland with 3 seconds. Top of the key. At the buzzer, 3 ball, no good. South Iron moves on to the quarterfinals for the second year in a row. 54-46, the final score. The Panthers knock off the Chadwick Cardinals. A standing ovation for both sides and a tip of the cap to the Chadwick Cardinals on a tremendous season as they go 20-6 and give a heck of a game to the South Iron Panthers. And of course, a tip of the cap to the lone senior on the court, Paris Gilbert, finished this game with 22 points and gave it everything she had. Final score, 54-46. South Iron moves on to the quarterfinals where they will play on Saturday the winner of Delta and Scott County Central. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, our Home Pools and Spas postgame show is up next on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Hi, this is Brad Smith at Lucas Smith Chrysler Center, your local home of the no bull deal. The word local, you've heard the phrase shop local, buy local, but do you really think exactly what that means? When you shop here at Lucas Smith, you put your trust in the hands of all of my employees who also eat, play, work, live, and shop local. Jefferson County is their home too. Why drive for miles when you can buy what's right here in your backyard? All we ask at Lucas Smith Chrysler is to give us the chance to earn your business. Please shop local, and remember, Lucas Smith Chrysler Center in Festus.
Champions are made here, on our courts, on our fields, and in our classrooms. Why settle for ordinary when you could be part of greatness? Mineral Area College. Become a Cardinal today.
It was 1963, and Fleeg's Equipment in St. Genevieve was founded as a family-owned and operated business where it remains to this day by our brothers Dave and Herb Fleeg. In 2016, our second location in Leadington opened. Hi, I'm Jason. Fleeg's Equipment is known best for selling exceptional equipment such as Case IH, Massey Ferguson, Hustler Turf, Spartan, Vermeer, Cub Cadet, and many more. Fleeg's Equipment is also known for outstanding service from the time you enter the door or pick up the phone. Because at Fleeg's Equipment, we ask that you let our family take care of your family. There are lots of places to get a mower, tractor, or a piece of equipment, but none with the history or longevity of Fleeg's Equipment. We are a proven family with certified technicians and customer service where you're more than just a number. Your business is family tradition here at Fleeg's Equipment. Fleeg's Equipment, Highway 32 in St. Genevieve and on the outer road in Leadington. Online 24/7 at fleegs.com. Fleeg's Equipment, let our family serve your family.
Would you like to lower your house payment? Paul Hale here with Mirror Bank.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. The South Iron girls moving on to the quarterfinals once again as they improve to 20-4 on the season. And head coach Lawrence Graves makes his way over here on the Home Pools and Spas post-game show. We'll get his thoughts on the game. Coach, a tremendous game. Sure had to be a little bit of a stressful one for you as well. First half, very, very competitive as Chadwick got off to a great start. Started off the game with a 5-0, 7-0 run, but you guys were able to settle in, kind of slow some things up. Let's kind of go back to that first half. Was there a message to the team, or is it kind of just getting rid of the jitters and let the game come to you guys self?
No, that's exactly right. You know, these types of games, there's a lot of emotions involved, especially out of the gates. And, you know, we just wanted our girls to come out there and try to put those aside. You know, you just acknowledge them, you feel them, but, you know, you can't let them affect how you play. You go out there and just do what you've been doing all season long. Thought our girls did a really good job of that.
Well, it was a really fun game to watch. Final score 54-46. On the other side, you had to go up against the likes of Paris Gilbert. She finished the game with 22 points. It was the lone senior on the court, and you could tell she really wanted it against you guys. And you guys did all you could against her, but she was able to knock down some shots for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, well, anybody that's playing this time of year is going to have some really nice players, and she certainly is one. You know, I thought we did all that we could do to keep her slowed down and contained, and you know, she did a good job. They did a good job of getting the ball in her hands, and she's a skilled player and really knows what she's doing. And I'm just lucky that she had 22, not 32.
Well, for you guys in the second half, came out in the second half with a 3-point lead. They changed some things up defensively. They went to a box and one on Maddie Ayers, and you could tell your team was a little bit rattled by that, at least to start it out. You were able to kind of change some things up. What did you kind of change to kind of go up against that box and one? And I guess, did you change anything, or did you just let them run the offense?
Well, what we've been telling our girls, that's not the first time we've seen a box and one, and what we always tell them is, girls, the rest of you guys are going to have to show up and show the other team that you got some skill too, and that's exactly what we did. They moved the basketball really well. They worked for each other to find good shots, and we were able to knock some down.
Well, some of the other girls did show up, and specifically Alicia Cornell. She finished with 16 points. And Connor, we got the highlight yet? So not yet on the highlight. Well, we will have a highlight from her. She hit those 2 triples in the fourth quarter specifically, and those were big. So she is our Applebee's of Farmington player of the game, and it's been fun, especially watching her. I mean, she was a reserve player last year, still got a good amount of playing time in her freshman season, but man, has she taken a leap this year, and she's showing up in big times.
Absolutely. To be a good team, you got to have a lot of girls that can come in and be able to contribute. And Alicia took a huge step for us from last year this year. For her to be a sophomore and to have the confidence to step up and knock a couple threes down late when we really needed them, just says a lot about how hard she's worked and what kind of kid she is.
Well, let's hear what those 3 sounded like. Connor, take it away. Jenkins, top of the key, right side Cornell, 3 ball in the way, give it to her! Cornell from downtown. 12 points for Alicia Cornell. It's 50-46 with 2:18 to play in the ball game. South Iron leading by 4. Parker going to penetrate, takes the open court, outside Cornell, tries another 3, lets it fly, good again! Cornell from downtown! Timeout on the floor as Annapolis goes crazy. 53-46 the score. Cornell hits her second triple in back-to-back possessions as she is up to 15 points in the contest. Well, if I'm not mistaken, before that first 3, it was a 1-point ball game. You guys were only leading by 1 as Gilbert was kind of able. She got her 22nd point, got back into it, and Cornell stepped up and was able to knock him down. And obviously that supporting cast outside of Maddie Ayers was able to make things happen. And that's not saying Maddie Ayers had a bad game. She played very well, finished with 13 points, tremendous defensive game, and really just a really nicely played game from you guys. We do know the winner of who you're going to be playing. It will be Delta, so both the boys and you guys going to be playing Delta coming up. You guys will be on Saturday, and a big win for them. They took on Scott County Central tonight. Delta wins it 110-13. But do you know anything about this Delta team? I know you mentioned it to me last week, saying sometimes you look forward a little bit through who you might play later on down the road. What do you know about this Delta squad?
They're a really good team. They're really well coached. And they play about 9 girls. They're athletic. They're guard-oriented like us, and they'll just get after you from one end to the other. And so we really don't know a whole lot. We've got some game film on them, but we haven't really watched a whole lot of it yet because, we don't want to put the cart before the horse. We want to make sure that we secure a win tonight. But we'll dig into it probably starting tonight. The girls will watch some tomorrow, and then we'll start practicing and preparing for them.
Well, big win for you guys tonight. Final score 54-46. Coach Graves, always a pleasure to cover your games, and we get to cover a few more of them here as we go on throughout the state tournament. Coach Graves, we appreciate the time.
You bet. Thank you.
Head coach Lawrence Graves with the South Iron Panthers. We'll be back in a moment here on the Home Pools and Spas postgame show.
Hey folks, Mark Toady here to brag about the great people at Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills. Chris and Jamie, well, they're just outstanding people. Their selection of furniture is pretty amazing too, but it's Chris and Jamie themselves that really makes Patsy stand out. They treat you right with great customer service and definitely go the extra mile to make sure you get what you need. So, if a new sofa or love seat is in your future, or maybe a new bedroom set, go to the place I go to for all my furniture. And that's Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills. Tell them J98 sent you.
Welcome back here on the Home Pools and Spas post-game show as we are just joined by head coach Lawrence Graves of the South Iron Panthers. They improved to 20-4 on the season as they are once again sectional champs in Class 1. This time they beat the Chadwick Cardinals 54-46, the final score. Leading scorer in this one was Alicia Cornell. She was also our Applebee's of Farmington player of the game with 16 points. Maddie Ayers had 13 for the Panthers, 9 points from Anna Parker, the freshman, 7 for Drew Gale, 6 for Ensley Dinkins, and Megan Lashley rounded them out with 3 points. On the other side, it was a phenomenal effort put up by Paris Gilbert, the lone senior on the court from either side. For the Cardinals, she had 22 points. Chloe Burkhart down low finished the game with 13 points for the Cardinals, 5 for Abby Smith, 2 for Paisley Gilbert. Cora Michael had 2, and Lexi Loveland had 2 points as well. Final score 54-46. South Iron moves on to play Delta on the girls' side on Saturday. That'll be at 1 o'clock, I do believe, at Delta. Don't quote me on that. Of course, we'll keep you updated and we'll know a little bit more a little later on. But I believe both teams will be playing and at Delta. Of course, the boys will be playing at Delta. That'll be on Friday, and we'll have coverage of that coming up on Friday at 5:45 on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Speaking of broadcast games we got coming up in girls basketball action tomorrow evening, 2 district championship games up for grabs. Number 1, St. Jen taking on number 2, Central at 5:45 on J98 in Class 4 District 2. And in Class 5 District 2, number 2, Farmington taking on number 1, North County at 5:45 on KREI. And then on Friday, another district championship up for grabs. Number 2, Farmington on the boys' side taking on number 1, North County at 5:45 on J98. And then I'll be down at Delta for South Iron and Delta at 5:45 on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Saturday, same thing, South Iron most likely at Delta. That'll be at 12:45 on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. So the South Iron girls win tonight, the South Iron boys win last night, and the Panthers still alive in the Class 1 state tournament as the Panthers try to get back to the Final Four on the girls' side just like they did last year. South Iron wins by a final score 54-46. Big shout out to Connor Mooney back on our J98 studios, getting all those highlights set up and getting us back on the air and into breaks as well. I'm Jacob Vincent saying so long from Annapolis. I'll talk to you guys on Friday.